We're back now on Sweethearts Week on the Hampton Road Show. When you get married, you go from two individuals to one couple. But there are some parts of your individual lives that you might want to bring together, and others you'll want to keep separate. Here now to explain is attorney Paul Hernandez from Kalfus Nachman. Paul, welcome back to the Hampton Road Show. Okay,
Thanks,
separate yet equal, separate together. Which should we do and why?
Yeah, well, you know, when you get married, there is reasons why you want to have things together. Well, you know, you want to know what your spouse is doing with their money that they bring in and otherwise. But, you know, when it's income, when two people get married and they start getting their first dollar after they got married, income, that's going to be marital property. It really doesn't matter if it's in a separate account or not in a separate account. You know, if you want to kind of see what your spouse is doing with it, you want to encourage a joint account.
Right.
A joint account is probably better if there's some credit problems down the road. It'll be harder, or it'd be easier for the couple to stop a garnishment or slow down a garnishment if there's commingled funds in there.
Right.
But you know, we all, I mean, at least have one joint account and pay the joint bills out of it or something of that nature. But it's always okay to have your own account.
So you say it's okay to have a separate account?
It is, it is. But you know, it's an interesting topic. I mean, my parents, one account.
Right.
One account, their whole entire life, and you know, my family, we have several different joint accounts and a separate account.
Okay, so any new couples out there thinking about getting married, what other advice would you give them as far as their finances, or what that you might be able to help them with?
Right, you know, you get married, and an unfortunate thing is a family member passes away, and you may get an inheritance.
Right.
Take that, keep it separate. That's your money. That's not just, you may get a large inheritance. That's not your spouse's money. It's easier to keep that separate. Keep it in a separate bank account. Don't commingle it with your joint accounts. Can you trace it out? Yes, but I would keep it separate.
What about since you've just gotten married? Is that a good time to talk about maybe a will or maybe a family trust?
Well, of course,
yeah.
Definitely. Your dynamic changes at that point in time, and many times after you get married, you're thinking about little ones. So it's definitely an important time to see an attorney to feel out what should I do when those things occur. It's definitely important.
And maybe in medical, maybe power of attorney for medical reasons at all?
Yes, those are important when your spouse, because just because you're married does not mean that you can just walk into their medical provider and say, hey, I want to see this, I want to see that. I'll give you another example. And an unfortunate occurrence is when two people are together and they're not married, and they've been together 20 years, and one person passes away and there's a wrongful death action, that person that they've been with 20 years gets nothing unless you're married.
Oh, wow.
Unless you're married. So if you're out there and you're with your significant other for 5, 10, 15 years and you haven't gotten married yet, head on down to the Justice of the Peace, get married. That's one of the most important things. If something like that occurs, you are entitled to nothing unless you're married in a situation like that.
Okay, you're interested to find out people out there who are watching about maybe how they keep things separate or their property together. What would you like for them to do?
Yeah, I mean, come to our Facebook account, and we have a post up there. Tell us what you do. Do you keep your accounts separate? And if you do, why? Or if you don't keep them separate, tell us why.
Okay, if you have any more information or you'd like any answers, contact Paul Hernandez about these matters. You can get in touch with him at Kalfus and Nachman, legalmatters.kalfusnachman.com, or give them a call on the Hurt Line, 1-800-HURT-LINE, and download the Kalfus and Nachman iPhone app. You never know when you'll need it. Take and store accident photos, videos, voice recordings, record insurance, police, and witness information. A tremendous app, track medical treatment, lost wages, and other bills. Built-in flashlight, smart tool, you name it. Upload the accident information directly to our website. It'll do everything but send your sweetie Valentine's roses.
That's right.
Paul Hernandez, as always, great advice. Thanks for joining us today on the Hampton Road Show.
Thanks, Chris.